Top of the morning to my beautiful, beautiful people. You are mic'd up with Cloud Rider on this beautiful morning, and we are getting ready for flight school over at FlyNEXA and Mesa Gateway. So we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. I'm going to do a get ready with me as I explain how and why I decided to become a pilot. All right, I think it all kind of stems from the career fair at my high school back when I was 14. Embry-Riddle had a booth, which is, I don't know if you know who this is, but they're like the Harvard of the skies. Anyway, they had a booth at Flagstaff High School, and I was like, should I check this out? Being a pilot sounds pretty epic. So the love of aviation has really always been there. I think at the end of the day, I just want to see the world. I want to travel. I have my dual citizenship in Switzerland, which is a whole other story I'll get to someday. But yeah, I was just like, ooh, a pilot sounds awesome. So I went up to the Embry-Riddle recruiter and I was like, hey, how do I do this? How do I get started? Long story short, I went and spoke with this recruiter, and I don't know if I'm remembering this right, but I think she told me that I was too tall to be a pilot, something along the lines of like, I'm not qualified because of my height. Um, I think I was 5'10", 5'11" at the time. I'm 6 foot now, but I just was kind of like baffled, like, oh, okay, maybe this isn't my path. And who knows what she was talking about, if it was like military aircrafts or what, but I think I think she wasn't in the best mood that day, and she just kind of little kid's dreams. Fast forward to about 2 years after my master's degree. I think I was 23 at the time, but I went on LinkedIn and I got connected and reached out to enough C-level executives and convinced them to somehow hire me for private jet sales, so private aviation sales. I was doing wholesale maintenance management, and it was a very, very tough sales job, but I thought it was pretty cool. I was actually so stoked to be in aviation and working in that industry, because it was always my dream to be around planes, that I would pay my own way to go to like the big conferences in Vegas, and just meet like-minded individuals in kind of the space. And so I went to Vegas and I met all these pilots that were like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", and I was losing my mind because I was like, I thought I was too tall to be a pilot. Like, what is going on right now? Why are all these pilots so tall? So after all these months of just, reaching out to recruiters and just all this back and forth with the military and looking at different jobs that would, help fund my pilot training as I'm working for them, I explored every stinking option. I even thought about going to Switzerland because I have my dual citizenship there and seeing if it's cheaper there. It's not. So yeah, it was just this constant thing of like, I want to do this. I want to start tomorrow, but I don't know how the heck to do it. And I really wish I had the money to just freaking start. Like, I was so frustrated. It was kind of funny because I was so desperate in looking for flight schools and options to fund this journey that I became a manager at this restaurant above a private airport. And I was meeting aviation individuals every day and just talking about options, and kind of just trying to figure that out too. And coincidentally, when I was walking around Mesa Gateway and looking at different flight schools, one of them was closed. I called the number, and this guy named Joel picked up. And it was actually someone that I had a full conversation with at the restaurant I used to manage to look into different options for flight school. So that was like a huge coincidence for me. And it was just like, okay, hey, how do I get started? How can I just bite the bullet on this? All my mentors, I have like 5 aviation mentors that were all just like, just do it, Devon. Like, take the bet on yourself. It's going to cost a lot of money, but you just have to take the risk and just the gamble on yourself, because at the end of the day, that is really the only thing that you can like really believe in, and know that without a shadow of a doubt that you're going to succeed. And so here I am. Next steps, figured out financing, decided that FlyNEXA was great because also bus airplanes, bus hangar meshed really, really well with the CFIs and everyone there that worked there. And yeah, before I knew it, I was flying. I think the biggest takeaway from the entire journey of just going through all the options that I went through and taking a year and a half to figure this out was that you just have to bite the bullet. And listening to my mentors, they were very adamant on taking the risk and knowing that this is the best investment for yourself. And I think that I couldn't have chose a better flight school, honestly, that is conducive to my schedule with working two jobs, and then financing, and then also just the right fit. I compare it a lot to choosing, when I was touring different colleges for Division 1 volleyball. I was doing all these official and unofficial visits, and I meshed the best with University of Idaho, and then for my master's, Grand Canyon University, when I played beach volleyball. So it's very important to tour the hangar and just make sure it feels like home. Make sure it feels like, yes, I want to spend the next X amount of time getting X amount of ratings at this place, because this will be my next home for 3 months to 2 years, depending on what your ratings are. So just really excited. I kind of bit the bullet on that and decided on FlyNEXA and just decided to start. I just stopped dreaming and started doing. All right, you guys, this is the final look, and I have to do my weather briefing and drive 30 minutes out to Mesa Gateway. So I need to hit the road right now so we can get up in the sky and work on our touch and goes. I'm really getting close to soloing. I just need to figure out my landings. I'm flaring too much. So we're going to work on that today, and I will talk to y'all later. See you then. Cloud Rider signing off.